Food, people. Let's talk about food. And today I have my special guest. She is helping seniors retire with financial freedom. No other than, and of course, the founder of and CEO of Life Giver Legacy. No other than Miss Ann Pells. Welcome to Food 101, Miss Anne. And can you please introduce more about yourself?
I'm passionate about helping children. I'm passionate about having families have more money with less time so they can create great memories. And I've realized that the other thing that people generally want is their health. No amount of
Yes.
money is going to help you if you don't also have your health. So I think it's faith, family, fitness, and finances are my main four. Like if we can figure out tiny steps of improvement in each of those at the end of a year, we'll have great progress and it'll be a lot of fun along the way, you know,
Lots
daily
of
steps.
fun.
Yep,
Yes, health is wealth, people. And Miss Ann Pels, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom on Food 101. So tell us, what is your favorite food that we're going to talk about today on Food 101?
lately it's a smoothie because there's hundreds of ways to make it and it helps all of my children of any age get those magic 5 a day fruits and veggies that are so hard to do. If broccoli tasted like chocolate, we'd probably all eat a lot more of it. But I found even those little personal blenders, they're so awesome because it's just your own serving size. Everyone can have their own different ingredients, what they like, and you're good to go in about 2 minutes. We have a blender that has two little cups and it makes breakfast and lunch. And then we add in a little sandwich or something other fun. And it's just making lots of those good, nutritious choices so much easier because it's 2 minutes, it's done, and you can dash out the door and be on your way. Anyway, happy to share a couple of ideas of fruits and veggies that have made it fun for the 13-year-old that we have at home and some of our older kids too, if that helps. So
Yes, indeed. Making smoothies is something else, especially summer. Miss Anne, can you share this quick recipe for our listeners to learn from them that it's easy to do even if they are busy at home.
for sure. You can even Google, just say, give me 50 great smoothie recipes, and then you choose the ones that you like, adapt them. If you don't like a certain ingredient, change it up. For vegetables that work well because they don't have a lot of flavor, to change the other flavors that you like better, you can try spinach, kale, carrots, cucumbers. We're still experimenting and trying a bunch of different ones. So that'd be fun to hear other people's ideas too. And for fruits, gosh, anything apples, cantaloupe, watermelon, all your favorite fruits. For people that don't have tolerance for dairy ingredients, you can skip those and add other sources of protein if you want. There's plenty of ways to have chia seeds and all kinds of things like that. Our 13-year-old loves yogurt, a little bit of yogurt, little Greek
Yes.
yogurt, milk, and his favorite fruits and veggies, which are some of the ones that I've named there. The little personal blender is about this big, and it just, he can whip that up in 2 minutes on his own. He loves it. He calls it, and it's done. And just a fun little game for him to play while he's making a more healthy lifestyle for himself that I hope he continues after he's left our home, because there's so many benefits of getting really good healthy nutrition. I think you pay for it one way or another. You either take the time to have good nutrition or you spend more time at the doctor getting the health figured out again, right? So
Yes. Miss Anne, what is your golden rule for liquid to solid ratios to avoid sludge or watery smoothies?
that's an awesome question. Just for that little personal size that he makes, it's about one fourth liquid, three parts of other stuff. And I do have a bigger blender, when there's more of us eating it. So we put about 2 cups of liquid in those bigger ones and about 6 cups of fruits and veggies, and it gets everybody set for the day. But if he's just doing it on his own, that's how we do it. He can
Yes.
make that happen. So
Miss, and does ingredients order like green first and then versus frozen fruit last actually impact texture or blending efficiency
um not really. We just put in the whole thing,
together?
not like the apple seeds, but all the skin, everything else that's edible for us. Um, even yeah, gosh, everything, and it doesn't. As long as even frozen, sometimes you ask, can you do like frozen spinach, frozen things? Yes, we do. Just because that's easier for me. I have it right there. I don't need to run to the store to get more fresh fruits and vegetables. It's already at home and we throw that in, it's done. So that's one other way that you can consider grabbing those pre-cut frozen things if you'd like to. Some people want to have it fresh and ready and are willing to do that too. So either fresh or frozen, it's all good.
Yes, both are delicious and yummy.
Yep.
How do you fix, Miss Anne? How do you fix a too thick or too thin smoothie after blending?
I add in more yogurt or ice,
Oh,
either one.
wow.
Um, yeah, it
How about
definitely
ice cream?
that too. That too. If you want to have a little bit more, there's lots of
Sugar,
ways. Yeah, true. Most of the ones we make, because the fruit's already in there, it tastes fine without any sugar in it
sugar,
too, which
yes.
was surprising because usually it's kind of a fight to get those fruits and vegetables in without lots of added everything else on top of them, right? Like salad dressing and all the things that we usually have to do to get our fruits and vegetables in. But I found out that once it's all in that smoothie with a little bit of yogurt or milk or whatever for your protein, then you're in good shape. So,
Yes, especially banana, they're rich in sugar, especially they're
right.
ripe. What
Yeah.
underrated, Miss Anne, what underrated ingredients add creaminess without overpowering flavor?
We actually just use a really plain yogurt for that. Um, other ingredients, we put nuts in, cashews, almonds, walnuts, a lot of things. Once you put the fruits and vegetables in, they'll keep a really good flavor anyway. And you
Mm.
can, I think the fun thing for me with that little personal size is if it didn't turn out right, we don't have to do it that way again. We can try things, and
Mm.
tomorrow we're going to do it a little bit different, add a little bit more of this or a little bit less of that, so that, and I think that's fun for him too. He gets to have some variety but still feel really good, like he made a really good health choice, for because he probably won't realize it, but when he's my age, 50 something, he'll be grateful that he took time to take those 2 minute ways to get the five keeps you alive. It's good.
Yes, for sure. Miss Anne, how do you pack greens like spinach, kale without long clipping stays?
um I mostly use frozen ones. We just call them little ice cubes, and he's willing to put little spinach ice cubes in there, from the frozen spinach pack in the store. um there's a lot of ways to keep it really simple. I think food should be, any food, fun, healthy, and fast for busy lifestyles and other things you want to do, but still take good care of yourself. So,
Yes. Which healthy ingredients secretly spike sugar content, but what are the smarter swaps?
um, surprisingly, fruit has a higher sugar content. So you can definitely, I think it's a balance between having protein, carbohydrates, and fiber. And when you're using whole ingredients like that, um, a lot of that happens just naturally from using those types of foods. But adding in extra protein, more protein than we're probably used to, I think we sometimes go overboard on carbs, and those tend to spike the blood sugar more in my experience. Everyone's body is different though, so I think it's worth experimenting to see what helps you feel the best, give you more energy, make it easier for you, and then just looking for ways to make it really as healthy as you can while it's still fun and easy. So
Easy to do and yummy. Miss Anne, thank you for sharing. These smoothies, homemade smoothies for sure. What nutrient dense fats like avocado, seeds, or many more optimize without heaviness?
those are some of my favorites. I love avocado, uh, and nuts and seeds. Whether they're in the smoothie or not, they're still really healthy for you, and they add a lot of flavor with a lot of nutrients too. Like they're very nutrient dense. So sometimes I think in the past we've been really concerned about our level of fat consumption, but when we're sticking with those healthier fats, um, yeah, I don't think we need to worry as much about how much fat we're having, just that it's those healthier kinds, if that makes sense. So
Makes sense, Miss Anne. Well, have you experimented with herbs like basil, mint, or veggies?
yeah, my daughter is the ultimate experimenter. Boy, she can make it all taste great because she knows how to add a dash of this and a dash of that. I don't. I really like to have just give me the recipe. I'm going to throw it in and it'll turn out the same way every time. She's like, Mom, that is not enough variety. I'm like, I know, but it works. So,
Yes.
anyway, I think you can have as much fun with a dash of this and a dash of that and still make a great thing happen. Like as we said, if you don't like it, you can try it a different way the next time. And but I kind of like predictable. Let me just throw it in the crock
Yes.
pot and I know what I'm gonna get. But she's not, and it's totally fine to be either way. So,
So, how can warning spices like turmeric, cinnamon, or ginger enhance both flavor and function?
cinnamon is amazing.
Yes,
It's it's not a really hot, spicy flavor, but it makes everything else taste even
the
better.
taste and the smell.
Yes. And for me, some of those smells are what I remember at grandma's house. So sometimes food is it brings us back to our memories of other fun things that have happened or traditions we had around holidays or other special family times. And cinnamon is one of those. My daughter is a turmeric fan. I haven't gone out and experimented a lot with a lot of different things, but that's her. In fact, she cooks the majority of everything for our family now, which I love because it's variety and it's fun, and I know she's going to do it and it'll be great. So, and I love that you're a chef because I'm like, oh my word, I would hire you right there. Let's hire him.
Right now.
Yeah,
I like cinnamon on rice pudding. They are so
so good.
good.
So good. Yeah.
So good. And Miss Anne, what fruits or veggies freeze best for smoothies and how do they prep them?
Almost anything can freeze. Bananas freeze really well.
Yes.
Grapes are amazing. Even if they're not in your smoothie, they're one of my favorite little treats because they freeze and they're totally fun to eat when they're frozen. Just individual grapes, and you can leave them on the stem and throw them in the freezer and then pull them out when you want them. And I haven't had any fruits and vegetables not freeze well, honestly. Most of them they're really hardy, and they'll still like the freezer is my magic for let's retain the nutrition as best as we can. Sometimes when we overcook things at high temperatures, particularly, keeping it low and slow is a really good way to keep the nutrition there, which I didn't realize until a couple of months ago when we took some cooking classes. So the keeping it easy to fix and not a lot of cooking time is great.
So Miss Anne, what is your short-term and long-term goals in cooking?
You know, I think they're the same. What is creates that fitness for us? Like part of our health plan in exercise, water, and food and sleep, and um, keeping our stress level where it needs to be, right? Like all
Yes.
of that is part of our food journey. And sometimes I think that we're our own worst enemy, particularly in the Western culture where we think we have to go fast and do and do and do and do. We actually probably need some quiet time and some downtime and just um, so I think that for my food goals and nutrition, short and long term, it's just being balanced, like not too extreme on either side, really balanced, very healthy, very fun, very fast. And it doesn't have to be fast food and hamburgers and french fries. It can still taste great and be really healthy too. So, yeah.
Well, good luck to your goals, Miss Anne. And what would be your advice for those people that want to create their own smoothies?
Well, they have them at the store. They'll just cost more. Um, and that's okay too, right? At least
Yes.
you're getting your nutrition and feeling great about whatever choices that you're making. Because I think the feeling great and being happy with whatever choices we make for our faith, family, fitness, and our finances, those are all like I think the joy and the happiness of the journey is almost as important as the result, right? The outcome of our choices, learning and like improving from where we're at and taking those baby steps every day so that at the end of a year from now, like we mentioned, we're all that much better than we would have been had we not been making little tiny adjustments. I think it's like the airplane. Their airplanes fly on course, but they're always making course adjustments all the way along in the journey. And so I think that's my vision of how to create amazing, awesome life and good memories in those four areas. Let's make little tiny improvements and then just celebrate that we it got figured out. We're better this year than we were last year in all the important things. So,
Yes, indeed. Health is wealth, people. Take care of what we are eating or what we are putting inside in our body. How do you address misleading claims about the smoothie cleanses?
I don't know. I think for me, I don't really pay attention to what other people think about a particular food or a particular diet, paleo diet, or any of the other whatevers. If it's helping me feel better and have better results, then that's what I should do. I have friends that, they need to be gluten free or they need to do this type of dietary adjustment for. In fact, I have a really good friend that I'd love to give you a chance to talk to, just because her children are on the spectrum and she found that if she ate a certain way for their family, it helped even the way their brain was functioning, the way they reacted to situations throughout the day. There's lots of things that happen, and I think it's just watching and measuring the results for you. If you eat this food, how do you feel after that? If you eat this way and you add more of this and less of that, how do you feel after that? So it's sadly it's probably more like my daughter. Like I like it to just be let's do this thing and do no variety and it's more let's experiment and try what's making us feel better versus what you're hearing out in the social media for this or that different type of food, whatever it is.
Yes, people, let's experiment.
Mhm.
And who knows, you will find Eureka. Oh, Eureka. When is a smoothie less healthy than eating whole ingredients, Miss Anne?
Well, I think that you talked about it. When you add a lot of extra sugar, a little bit's great, but if you're adding a lot of other ingredients besides the food itself, it's kind of like I ate a great salad, but then I drowned it in salad dressing. That's going to change what happened for the salad once it comes into your digestion and the way your body's using it, right? So I think making things taste good without adding a lot of extra for those kind of
Miss Anne, yes, Miss Anne, before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people. My other podcast, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season, abstract poetry in second season, and my book 101 review in fifth season too, comedy 101 in second season, and my food 101 in its fifth season as well, geography 101 in fourth season, and my baby podcast, law 101, and Mental Health 101, Love Letters in third season, and Movie 101 Review and Music 101 in its fourth season, and Science 101 and Sex 101 in its first season. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. Miss Anne, what emerging ingredient or techniques excites you for the next wave of smoothie innovation?
I'm actually going to take your advice. Here's the secret. I'm going to go try some cinnamon or maybe even nutmeg and all those fun ingredients that my grandma would put in things that made it smell so good and taste awesome. So, thank you for reminding me about those. That's going to be
Yes,
fun.
yes, yes, yes. People, try cinnamon on rice pudding. It's so awesome. Awesome, awesome. So, Miss Anne, can you please invite our listeners and thank you so much for being on Food 101. Thank you for sharing your thought about these smoothies. And can you please invite our listeners? And I want you to give an applause for that. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom about these smoothies. And can you please invite our listeners to support your advocacy, your business, or any projects that you are doing right now?
Oh, if anyone would like to find out more about me, I'm Ann at lifegiverlegacy.com and the ebook there. Lots of great info, and I'd love to help you. So, yep, it's good.
Yes, people, let's support Miss Ann Pells because if you support her, more and more and more empowering citizens out there will be given the chance to have their financial freedom. So, Miss Ann, thank you so much for your time.
Very welcome. Grateful. Thank you.
More to come, people. See you soon.